So today we are talking to John Bullock. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm great, Michael. Thank you for inviting me onto your show.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. I've been looking forward to this for a while because you are a bit of a loose cannon, if you don't mind me saying. I'm
I'll
sure you
take
think.
that the best possible way. I'll
I
take
was
that
going
the
to
best
say
possible
it is a compliment somewhere. So the rule of the show is basically you get 10 minutes to talk about your business. After the 10 minutes, that's it. End of the conversation. How does that sound?
It sounds good enough for me.
Good stuff. So your timer has started. So John, first of all, tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I'm John Bullock. I'm the pain point coach. I look at pain points within businesses that are holding the teams back, and I essentially go in and I change behaviour. I'm a behavioural specialist. By changing the behaviour, we're looking to make the teams optimally perform, so they perform more cohesively. They'll become more productive, more energised, and more focused.
And you've not always been a coach, have you? So where has the inspiration come from going from coaching to what you previously did?
It's not something I essentially sold, but in the background, yes. I've, as most people know, I spent 25 years within property and property accountancy, and that was my sort of specialism. But before that, I'd spent eight years climbing in and out of kickboxing ring. So I was British kickboxing champion, lightweight. I know most people argue about that now, but I was definitely lightweight at the time.
There's photos to prove it, John. Don't worry.
Thanks, Michael. Anyway, but obviously, I coached other people to champion standards as well, so they were competing nationally and internationally, you know. And in the background, I continue to coach that. So I'm obviously used to coaching people within sport to a high degree and getting the best of them out. I had an organisation in the Netherlands called Mind 5 contacted me and said, John, with your experience, why don't you consider our program, the Mind 5 program, which was all about experiential learning. It was doing things and learning from it. Now, having been in business and obviously doing sport, I knew from sport the best way to learn from something is just to get in and do it. But I also knew that from business, Michael, and I think that's an important lesson. Even when I was sort of maybe traveling to London to buy software for the business, whatever it was, and they'd have these PowerPoint presentations, and you'd listen to them. I wanted to push buttons. I wanted to know how they navigated from that slide to the other one. How did it actually work? And how did you operate this thing? Because that's the only time you truly do learn. It becomes an emotional experience, and it's stored on the long-term memory. And because of that, it really interested me. And I got it straight away. So I went over to the Netherlands, did this training with them. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I thought to myself, well, this is something that I'd really like to bring back to the UK.
And do you obviously, you know, from when you started your journey, obviously you've taken on your life experiences. Have you ever missed elements of your past, like your sports and stuff like that, or do you adapt it into what you're doing now so that you don't miss it because you're still doing what you love doing?
That's a great question. And look, the reality of it is that nothing stands still. Everything changes. We look around us, nature, everything changes. And we as individuals change all the time. One of the things I realized that 5 years ago, after building up my property portfolio and whatever else, I'd really lost my passion for what I was doing. And I needed a dramatic change. When this company in the Netherlands contacted me, it couldn't have come at a better time. And for me, it was like a sort of arms around me. It really comforted me. It took me back to something that I was really, in many respects, more familiar with. So, yes, we change, we move on. And you know, I've changed and I've moved on. So I'm not one to really sort of hold on to those things. It's an inevitability. We change, we have to accept it. But with the change, if we're growing all the time, and we're learning something new. So there may be the things I can't do, like the high kicks and things like that I used to do in my younger age, you know, but there are new things, and you look at things differently. You take it from a new perspective, you know. And I believe, honestly, and with integrity, I believe I'm bringing those experiences to the fore now and helping people, you know, especially large organizations, because I mean, you said to me, I'm a man that likes to do things differently. I like to think of myself as a people person.
Yeah,
yeah, first and foremost, I'd rather get on with somebody all the time, enjoy the company, share the laugh. Because I'm, for myself personally, if I can enjoy something as I'm doing it, I know I'm going to learn from that experience. And that's what I try to bring. So I bring, if you like, almost that emotional intelligence of enjoying the journey and trying to get what I call business teams in flow. And being flow is, there's a guy called Mihai Csikszentmihalyi who came up with this term called flow. But I've got a TV documentary when I was talking about this myself personally in 1984, and I called it this harmonious perpetual state of mind, whereby we're going through the movements without actually thinking about it, but we're being really productive. Now, what the Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, not an easy name to say.
Do you know what? It's not. I'm glad you're saying it and I'm not.
He came up with this fantastic program, and it is absolutely brilliant. And he shows you this evolving matrix how to get you in flow, and it's essentially where all your skills and super talents meet your challenges all at the same point. And you've probably experienced it, Mike. I bet there's times you've sort of done your film and your editing, and all of a sudden you've looked at the clock and you say, my God, there's 4 or 5 hours. Where are the 4 or 5 hours? You've not stopped to drink. You've not stopped to eat. You've just been in that moment.
Yeah.
All other thoughts just didn't enter your brain. You were in that moment.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say. I'm just going to interrupt there because I can relate to that 100% because there have been times where I've been editing till 10, 11 o'clock and I started at 12, and I've just been so engrossed in the creation side and the creative side that that you know you just get lost, don't you, in a moment.
Absolutely, and they're all characteristics of flow. Yeah. My mission is they bring all HR departments with their teams, not only making them more cohesive and more focused, but to get them into that state of flow where the talent are meeting the challenges. And that means as a HR manager, you've got to make sure that you're stretching your team slightly all the time.
Yeah.
So they have something to achieve, but not so far ahead is that they can't bring their talents to bear and to make sure that the thing that just moves and flows forward. You know, there are certain characteristics of flow, which are having clearly defined goals, doing work that you like, having super talents, or matching your talents with the work that you like to do, but having it a little bit challenging. It's also great for releasing stress. And great for eliminating external distractions if you suffer with anxiety. And you speak to somebody who likes colouring, painting, drawing, writing, they will all experience exactly what you've been talking about there.
Yeah.
Get it into flow.
And I think also because I used to do 40, 50 hours a week working in multiple jobs. I used to work at the Philharmonic Hall. I was a barista at Starbucks, and I absolutely loved those jobs. But, you know, I did the whole, can't wait to go home, is it the weekend? Now, I mean, I work over the weekend because I enjoyed, if I'm working on a project I really enjoy, I will get up early to do it because I want to get back to doing it. And it's weird. Have you found that you've been doing a lot more video yourself?
Yeah, here I am doing video. I mean, of course, that's no doubt that's a consequence to you giving me or the confidence to move forward and feel confidence again. So the challenge of it, as it was initially, I felt very uncomfortable about it, reassured me. And here we are, as soon as we started today, to John about the light, I thought, oh my God, it took me all back, and I can see directly, it's, we've got better contrast than what we had before, and again, you're bringing your talents to bear, and of course that's helping me, and I'm picking up on that and moving on. So without a doubt, you've helped me that way. I feel more confident about doing that, and it is. I agree with you, it's a great way of getting there.
It is 100%. As you can hear, there's a dog barking in the background, and there's nothing I can do about it. But life isn't perfect, and that's just how it is. And inside, I'm dying inside. But it happens. The dog barks.
We go with the flow, Michael.
We go with the flow. It's a very unscripted show. It's and it is what it is. Unfortunately, and there is your timer. It's over. There was so much more I wanted to ask you as well, to be fair. There was so much I thought we could have talked about and gone on about. I could easily have chatted with you for 20 minutes. Could you have talked longer?
Absolutely. Easy.
Yeah.
It's shut me up after that.
Well, this is why, I think it was good having you on the show today, because I know that, a conversation could have gone anywhere with me and you. So thank you very much for coming on to the show. If anybody would like to watch any previous episodes, you can go over to youtube.com/Take the Cake Pro. If you want to see the latest videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.